The governor also charged the committee to examine all staff recruitments, command promotions, transfer and secondments of officers done without due process from 2015 to date. He further charged them to review all extensions of service period of retired officers, contract appointments, and to investigate cases of officers who are unduly suspended or retired from 2015 to date. Members of the committee are Mr. Okeanyanwu, Chairman, Mr. Chukwuma Nwachukwu, Mrs. Ngozi Onuoha, Mr. Chima Mmeregini, Mrs. Bismarck Eziohun, Justin Amafili, and Mr. Donatus Ibe. The state's governor, Chief Emeka Ihedioha, is to be the guest speaker at this year's Professor Celestine Omoleri Memorial Lecture, scheduled for the 27th of this month. This year's lecture has the topic, Partnering with Women and Youth for Economic Growth and Sustainable Development in Imo State. The event, scheduled to hold at Chris VI Hotel, Ahira in Ahia Zumbise local government area, will also feature a presentation of Professor C.O.E. Omonere Memorial Scholarship and Award Memorial to candidates who were successful at the examinations held on May 18, 2019. The annual lecture series was instituted in the 2013 to commemorate the death of Professor Celestine Omoleri in the Lagos-bound Dana plane crash of Sunday, June 3, 2012, which killed 153 passengers on board. Professor Omoleri was the fifth substantive vice-chancellor of the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, Futo. The state governor, Chief Emeka Ihedioha, has expressed readiness to provide good potable and regular water in parts of the state. Governor Ihedioha, who stated this through the secretary to the state government, Barrister Uche Onyagocha, during a courtesy visit paid by USAID e-wash program managers, expressed happiness at the level of readiness exhibited by the team of e-wash manager to ensure that adequate regular water supply is restored in the state. Barrister Uche Onyagocha told the group that the present administration will do its best to ensure that the efforts of the USAID e-wash program are implemented for the betterment of the entire people of the state. He expressed dissatisfaction that some states in Nigeria, like Taraba State, Sokoto, and Niger State, are all ahead of Imo in USAID e-wash program, and assured that Imo State will in no distant time be ahead of them because of the level of interest shown in public utilities administration. He appealed to the group to ensure that the water supply is restricted to Owerri alone but extended to Olo and Okigwe areas. Earlier, the state team leader of Effective Water, Sanitation and Hygiene Services e-wash program, Mr. John, congratulated the secretary to the government for his appointment and appealed that 2 pumps be procured in the state, an institutional framework established for the success of the project. He solicited the cooperation of ministries that are associated with water supply and its cleanliness, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Public Utilities, and others to make the project work. Speaking also, the General Manager, Imo State Water Corporation, Lady Mrs. Hope Anyam, said they came to brief government on the level of USAID activities in the state as regards potable water supply. She explained that e-wash is to create professional and manage utilities in the state to ensure that water supply is regular and not stopping halfway as it used to be in the past, and applauded the readiness of the state in ensuring regular and safe water supply to the people of the state. The state's Deputy Governor, Engineer General Iruna, said actions of the present administration will be based on the rule of law. Engineer Iruna, who started this after inspecting his office at the government house, described his condition as nothing to write home about. The deputy governor stressed that Chief Emeka Ihedioha's led administration has the mandate to improve the state and its people, also to ensure due process and adherence to the separation of powers. He added that there will be no arbitrariness in the government of the state, in the governance of the state, reorientation of the people's mentality and issues spent out in the administration's manifesto will be pursued. The principal secretary to the deputy governor, Chief Obinna Haramwa, and some management staff of the office conducted the deputy governor round the office. The state government is to commence the rehabilitation of roads and facilities in Imo State University Teaching Hospital, Olu. Speaking after an inspection tour of the hospital, the state deputy governor, Engineer Gerard Irona, expressed the present administration's commitment in developing all sectors of the economy. Responding, the traditional ruler of Owerri Biri, Eze George Uzoma, who decried the deplorable state of roads in the area which has affected economic activities, expressed delight on government's readiness to uplift the standard of the hospital and reconstruction of their roads. Staff of Imo State Government House has been challenged to exhibit 100% loyalty, dedication and competence in the discharge of their duties at the administration of Governor Chinenye pledges to enhance their welfare. Addressing a jubilant crowd of the staff at his maiden meeting, the Chief of Staff, Barrister Chris Okewulonu, said, sued for cooperation and total loyalty, warning against vices such as lateness, truancy, indolence, and leakage of official secrets, and charged those who may not be comfortable with the wind of change to chart a new course of their career. He lamented the dilapidated condition of buildings and facilities in the government house, which makes it unconducive for Governor Hedionha to operate from the government house presently, but assured that the rebuilding of the state has commenced in earnest. Barrister Okewulonu stressed that the new administration shall run a transparent government based on integrity and accountability, noting that this can only be achieved with unity of purpose from a committed workforce, pledging to commence intensive training to upgrade their knowledge and skills. Contributing, the Deputy Chief of Staff, Barrister Chinenye, enjoined the staff to be ready to embrace the digital age as the administration plans to introduce e-governance. In a vote of thanks, the Director of Administration and Finance, Mr. Uche Mbenani, pledged the full cooperation of the staff, whom he described as loyal and competent. The State House of Assembly has received a letter from the State Governor Chief Emeka Ihedioha on the nomination of Ndukwe Nnawuchi SAN for the appointment as Attorney General of the State and Commissioner for Justice. The Speaker, Mr. Chinedu Ofor, set up ad hoc committee led by the member for Ahiazumbise Ichieken Abwim to carry out the screening exercise on the Attorney General nominee. Meanwhile, the State House of Assembly has urged the Governor, Chief Emeka Ihedioha, to investigate the circumstances surrounding the sale, concession, lease of the Imo State House of Assembly quarters, now renamed Heroes Apartment. While moving the motion on the floor of the House, the Deputy Speaker, Engineer Chika Madumere, stated that the staff and member of the House of Assembly were pursued from the premises and the properties renamed Heroes Apartment, which is operated by an unknown individual for commercial purposes. He also noted that some other properties belonging to the House of Assembly behind Concord are also occupied by an unknown person. The House unanimously resolved that all properties belonging to the Imo State House of Assembly be identified, recovered, and put to their original purposes. In a related development, the House has resolved to urge the Governor to come to the rescue of the members of House of Assembly over the dilapidated state of the House of Assembly complex. According to the chief sponsor of the motion, Mrs. Ngozi Obiofila, the complex is at the verge of collapse, stressing that most legislators who do not enter their office to carry out their office duties for the fear of not being trapped by the building in case of collapse. The motion was seconded by the member for Isialambano and was adopted by the House. Similarly, the House has called for the immediate removal of the Imo State Independent Electoral Commission chairman and other commissioners of the commission. In a motion moved on the floor of the House by the member representing Ahiazumbise Ichieken Abwim, the August local government election conducted by the commission was not done according to the rule of law. The motion, which was seconded by the member of Ezini Tembise, Engineer Bruno Okonha, called for total overhaul of the commission. The Imo State government property has been officially handed over to the new secretary to the state government SSG. The handover took place at the cabinet office over. Ijoma Wangun was there and now reports.
Ms. Assumpta, who is also paralyzed on her right leg from birth, recalled that she hit her right hand, which she used to support her leg, on the floor and it got broke. She noted that despite several visits to many hospitals in the country, the case has continued to get worse.
Presenting the handover note to the new government on behalf of the immediate past governor, Okorocha, the former principal secretary to the governor, Mr. Emeka Duru, attributed the delay in the handover to unavailability of the media to cover it.
His Excellency directed that the process of handing over must be completed within 24 hours. Actually directed I and the head of service to ensure that that was done that day. But unfortunately, we tried, but it wasn't possible because of obvious reasons. The press wasn't available, and after the swearing in, the place was quite not conducive. So I'm here to serve the head of service to conclude this process by presenting to you the handing over note of the outcome government to you, sir. Secretary to the government.
Receiving the documents on behalf of the governor, Chief Emeka Ihedioha, the secretary to the state government, Barrister Uche Onyagucha, noted that the immediate past governor refused to hand over the documents to the present government, describing the method of the handover note as inappropriate. He stated that the documents were supposed to be officially handed over to the present government by the former governor himself and not his representatives. The SSG, however, presented the handover note to the Chief of Staff, promising to inform Imo citizens of the contents in the documents.
Today is the 6th day of June 2019, and it is only on this day that the former governor, Ethelbert Okorocha, has deemed it necessary to make this handover to the present administration, which was formally brought into existence with the swearing in of His Excellency Governor Chukwuemeka Ihedioha. We have continuously made it known to the public how Governor Ethelbert Okorocha refused to cooperate with the incoming administration by refusing to hand over to the incoming administration.
The Chief of Staff, Barrister Chris Okewulono, stressed that the handover ought to have taken place before the inauguration of the new administration. He condemned the rumor making rounds that the former administration has for long handed over government property to the new administration, and further stated that the documents will be reviewed properly to check if it meets the standard required.
This exchange should have been between the outgoing governor and the incoming governor. But you can see this ritual is being executed by the principal secretary to the former governor to the incumbent secretary of government of Imo State. That is not in consonance with tradition and with the legal requirements of this kind of situation. All the same, we receive these documents.
I am Ijoma Wangu, Orient News.
Now the rest of the news. A non-government organization, Radoja, has expressed worry over the increasing rate of illegal migration of young Africans, especially Nigerians, into foreign countries for greener pastures, but ended up being slaves in those countries. To this end, Nigerian youths have been advised to reject and say no to unplanned journey out of the country. The president and founder of the non-governmental organization Radoja, Mr. Eddie Duru stated this during the organization's advocacy and enlightenment campaign to Alvana Secondary School over. Henry Echefu has the rest of the report.
Mr. Edi Duru described as alarming the rate at which Nigerians engage in illegal migration and unplanned journey abroad. He said that his organization, Raduja, which is re-educating African youth on the dangers of unplanned journeys abroad, is marking its 20th anniversary this year and has, over the years, taken its campaign to several secondary schools across over 15 states in Nigeria, drawing the attention of young Nigerians to the untold hardship illegal Nigerian migrants face in Europe and other foreign lands. Mr. Duru, who also represents foreigners in the Hyacinth states of Germany, also said that Nigerians who find their way to these countries have lived to regret leaving their home for foreign countries, adding that recently Nigerians and other Africans lost their lives while trying to find their way through the sea and desert to reach their dreamland.
We have touched each places we go to, and we have lived on thank you, on appreciation of the fact that we are bringing into them that which they never knew, that which they never thought about, and that which it is the information that is supposed to be found within them that is not there. And this information is everyone believing that life ends in Europe. Everyone believing that you can only be successful when you travel to Europe or travel to USA, as the case may be, especially illegally. And we are saying no to that.
Mr. Duru, who is also the chief ambassador of NAPTIP, told the students of Havana Secondary School to join in the campaign to re-educate other young people that unplanned journey abroad has led many into untimely grave. He said Rajuja is not preaching against traveling abroad, but against unplanned trips abroad, adding that the European countries do not have laws that provide any safe haven for illegal immigrants and enjoin them to be partners in the spread of information about the dangers of such trips. Some of the students, in their reaction, expressed surprises over the information brought to them by Raduja, which they said is different from what they believe about traveling abroad, and assured that they will help spread the information. A teacher in the school, Mrs. Ijoma Mbama, described the message of Raduja as apt, as it brings to the fore the true picture of what young Nigerians pass through in foreign lands, contrary to what is believed here at home. The program inducted some of the school functionaries as Raduja ambassadors who would help spread the message of unplanned journey abroad. The advocacy campaign, according to Mr. Edi Duru, will continue to several other schools and states across Nigeria to drive home the message of dangers of unplanned trip to Europe and America. For Orient TV News, I am Henry Chief.
Glad to have you back. A 37-year-old Miss Emena Assumpta Doka from Onuoha, Isieke 1, our mama in Oru East local government area, is soliciting financial assistance from the state government, philanthropists, corporate and religious bodies to enable her go for a surgery on her right hand from a hospital in India. Chomibo was there, now completes the story.
Ms. Assumpta, who is also paralyzed on her right leg from birth, recalled that she hit her right hand, which she used to support her leg on the floor, and it got broke. She noted that despite several visits to many hospitals in the country, the case has continued to get worse. Her 81-year-old father, Chief Augustine Emenaha, who accompanied her to IBC, appealed to the public to come to his daughter's aid, as he has spent all his life's earnings for her treatment, but to no avail. Those wishing to assist Chief Augustine and Assumpta Emenaha should call 070 3722 6449 070 3722 6449 or 081 68 14 3976 081 68 14 3976 or pay into First Bank account number 3062 74 4169 3062 74 4169 69 belonging to Emenaha Udoka Asomta, or come to the Corporate Affairs Office of the IBC along Chief Achikudenwa Avenue near Concord Hotel for details. For Orient News, I am Choma Ibu.
And that's it on the Orient TV News, Grassroot News at 3. Many thanks for watching. Do stay tuned for the rest of our programs. My name is Chinenye Onuoha. Thank you so much for your time. Good evening.
Officer, I this boy.
Calm down now. What happened?
I go China, make I go do business for China. But then I could come back. This boy and the criminal elements don't break into my shop. Take all my spare parts.
What will be your name? Make a letter of statement.
My name is Namdi Obike. I didn't want you. I didn't want you. You is criminal. I didn't want you. You criminal.
Oga, what is your name again?
No be official with this. Nnamdi Obike. Your name don't dey our wanted list. Stay for bank fraud.
Constable, arrest this man. You be criminal.
Now what? Na real one. For ogbonge drama like this, make you subscribe Star Times and begin to enjoy better channels like ST Nollywood Plus, Isimbido, AMC, Ebony Live TV, and new channels wey just come out like